everyone, so excuse my hair, I just got out of the shower before and it's just kind of at that stringy stage where it's still drying. Today I'm going to be doing a video on foundation routine because I've been getting a few people asking for this one, so I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. This isn't my everyday foundation routine, this is more my going out at night foundation routine because my everyday foundation is just BB cream or tinted moisturizer or something like that. I don't really do much to my foundation for the day. And I also show a little bit of contouring, not too much though, because I still like to have a real natural look to my foundation. Even if you are wearing it 3 inches thick, I still like it to look natural. Okay, so I already have my eyes done because I usually do my eyes before I do my foundation, as a few of you may have noticed in my videos, and I get a lot of questions asking why I do that. I usually do that because when I do my eyes, I get a lot of fallout like right here, and eyeshadow that just comes here and it looks really messy, and I find it a lot easier to just wipe it off afterwards and then apply foundation. But for this video, I've already got my eyes done. And the first thing I'm going to apply is a face base, and you really want to make sure you get a good face base that works for you, that makes your foundation last all day, because there's nothing worse, the sun just went behind a cloud, did you see it? But there's nothing worse than starting off with good foundation in a day and then like an hour or so later you look in the mirror and it's like all cakey, or it's like almost not cakey, not like kind of crusted. So basically a face base, a face primer would just help keep your foundation intact all day. So I'm using this one here and it's by Seventh Heaven. It's Me. Oh no, it's Me. Seventh Heaven face base, and it honestly smells like lemon meringue. I wish I could show you how amazing this smells because it's just so yummy. And I'm only taking a little bit, apply it on your chin, nose, forehead, and this one's also very moisturizing as well, which is good. Oh, and I've already like moisturized my skin as well, and a little bit under my eyes. If you're having trouble finding a good face primer working for your skin type, a while ago I went to the chemist and I was looking at all their face bases, and they had like Estee Lauder, Napoleon Perdis, like all these great brands, but they were so expensive. It was like $40 to $60 for just a face primer. I'm like, wow, and you don't really want to spend that much money if you don't know if it's going to work for you. So the lady actually gave me a sample. If you're having trouble, you can always just ask the lady at the counter at the pharmacy or drugstore for samples to try it out on your skin before you spend that much money. And sometimes, you know, it won't work for you, and sometimes you will find a product that does work great. So it's always best to try it before you actually go ahead and buy. Okay, so next step, I'm just going to conceal under my eyes, and usually I'll go ahead and conceal any redness or blemishes I have around my face, but today I seem to be having a good face day, which is always good. But if you do have blemishes, I usually like concealing them after I've done my foundation, because most of the time your foundation will conceal them anyway. What I'm actually going to do now is grab a orange base concealer, and don't worry, I know I have a palette and I will link everything in the butt bar, but if you don't have a palette, it's okay. You just need a orange base concealer because, well, I do anyway, because my under eye bags are kind of blue toned, as you can probably see. Just getting a little bit of that under my brush, and the orange will just kind of delete the blue, I guess. I couldn't find a more fancy name. But the orange just kind of gets rid of the blue tone, and then you can go ahead with your ring finger. Okay, and I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but I can most definitely see the difference. Even though now it looks a little bit orange, don't worry, we can cover that up with our foundation. I have two favorite foundations. I've got my Estee Lauder Double Wear one, which I got for my formal last year, and I find this works really well. And then I've also got my BB cream, and I forget which brand this is, but I'll link it below. Definitely recommend this BB cream. I find it has the best coverage. The only thing I don't like about this is it smells like chemicals, so just make sure no one's gonna get like kiss your cheek or anything like that, because you will smell a bit like chemicals. For this tutorial, I'm just gonna be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear one, and what I like to look for when I do find foundations is makeup that lasts all day, because like I said, there's nothing worse than halfway through the day your foundation's coming off. So I like to look for ones that say like whether they're like long lasting, or I want to get my day out of the foundation I put on. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand, about that much. Just gonna get like a little foundation brush, and I go between brushes every day. I'll use a different brush for my foundation, but today I'm just going to use this one, and I've just got a mirror here as well, and just want to apply it. Be very careful on the eyes so you don't completely wipe away the orange, but you want to kind of blend it in so it's your skin tone. So I'm just going to pat that in. Okay, so once you finish that, if you do have any redness that you can still see, you can go ahead and use a concealer. But I find that actually covers everything and I don't really need a concealer. You just want to make sure you do blend it into your neck and make sure it's all blended out. Lucky for me, my foundation actually is like exact to my skin color because I have the palest face and neck and chest area. Like the tannest part of my body is my arms. Can you see the difference how tan my arms are compared to my face, and the rest of my body is just my face color. Now I'm actually going to take my Ben Nye foundation palette that I got at IMATS last year, and don't worry if you don't have a foundation palette, you just need kind of a cream concealer or foundation that's slightly darker than your skin tone. So I'm going to be using this one right here. Just want to grab a foundation brush, get a little bit of that on, and I'm just going to do light contouring because lately I've become addicted to doing a little bit of contouring. I still don't like doing the harsh lines. I find they don't look good on me. Like they look good on some people, but they just don't suit me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pull a weird face, and you want to kind of go from here just down about halfway. You don't want to go really any further than that. So you can do the ducky thing. You just go underneath your cheekbone. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of this and apply it up here. I know it looks really weird at the moment. Someone is mowing next door. Can you hear the mower? But I'm just going to get a little bit and apply it there. And you can also go ahead and apply it near your temples. Because I don't do this every day, but I'm just wanting to demonstrate in this video as well. Actually going to be using this sponge thing, and so many people have this. I got mine at IMATS last year as well, but you can also just use one of those little triangle sponge things, but I find these blend it out the best. So I just want to do that. Is make sure your hands are clean. You can just use your finger and blend it out, and that's really nice. And it's good because you can also warm the product up, whereas with a sponge you can't really warm it up as much or as quickly. So just want to make sure all these lines are blended. Automatically that just kind of gives real definition to my face and gives it a little bit of warmth. Look as deathly pale in the face. But now I'm just going to be taking a powder. You can use a pressed powder, blotting powder, translucent powder, whatever kind of powder you want. Just going to dab a little bit onto my brush, and I'm using this dense brush here. I'm going to pat that underneath the eyes so we're not removing any of the foundation. You can also go ahead and just pat it down your T-zone. So this will just give kind of a natural look, but it also just helps keep all our foundation, concealing, contouring just in place. Okay, and you can go ahead and add bronzer. I'm not going to be using bronzer today because I find that doing this, actually you don't really need much of a bronzer. I mean, you might want to put extra bronzer on if you want extra colour, but for me I don't want to look overdone since my face is quite pale, so I'm just going to grab a blush, and I'm using this pale pink here because it gives the prettiest glow. It almost works as a highlighter as well. But you just want to smile, apply it to the apple of your cheek and up into your hairline. Are interested in seeing a more in-depth highlighting and contouring video, kind of like what I did here, but more step by step for every step. Does that make sense? If you are interested in seeing a video like that, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this, and what's your foundation routine? Like, I usually, most days I just wear BB cream and that's my foundation with a little bit of powder over the top. But for going out, I would say this would be my foundation that I'd wear as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do try this out, let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!